Yo, E-King Fight News. Apparently Eddie Hearn agrees with Anthony Joshua, and he believes that Wilder has no business in the ring after the Joseph Parker versus Anthony Joshua fight. More on this story, guys. E-King Fight News. Alright, now as I mentioned before, Eddie Hearn seems to fully agree with Anthony Joshua's request to have Wilder not enter the ring. You know, as we know, Anthony Joshua in a recent interview was like, you know what, I don't think Wilder has any business in the ring. The fight's not signed. And what's the point of hyping a fight that we don't have signed? That's Joshua's take. You know, my take on this is, you know, Eddie Hearn, who's expressed interest in signing a Deontay Bronze Bomber Wilder, who credits him as a great self-promoter, is all he's trying to do is promote the biggest fight in boxing. He's trying to go and step up to Anthony Joshua and challenge him, assuming he beats a Joseph Parker. Now, to me, that makes all the sense in the world. Why not build up a fight that could potentially happen towards the end of 2018, especially if Eddie Hearn is sitting on the sidelines and telling Wilder, hey, you know, at the end of the day, we got to wait and see. We got to wait and see if Wilder beats Joshua. If we're going to wait and fucking see if Wilder beats Joshua, how are you going to sign a fucking fight and deal with certain promotional obligations like doing a face-off? You have a great opportunity here. Sky Sports is going to tune in. Showtime is going to tune in. HBO might pick up a replay. They're going to tune in, and they're going to want to see. They're going to want to see Deontay Wilder square off against an Anthony Joshua. As you see right here. Who does not want to see this? You guys, in general, do you not want to see Wilder step up and go face-to-face with Anthony Joshua and just say, hey, boy, you got my belts, buddy. You're holding my belts for me, boy. That would be awesome. And I'd love to see Anthony Joshua's response. You know, Eddie Hearn, I don't know, man. Maybe he's part of that protection crew. Maybe he doesn't want to see that happen to Anthony Joshua. Maybe he feels like Anthony Joshua ain't ready for that work. You guys tell me, E-King Fight News, what do you guys think? Here's the quote from Eddie Hearn. Here's the quote from Eddie Hearn, guys. Let's see what Eddie Hearn wants to say about this. Alright. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to Boxing Scene. Eddie Hearn sides with Joshua's position. This is what he had to say. Joshua's not really into hype. He likes business. If there's a fight that's happening, there's no problem. But Wilder is talking about getting in the ring. This ain't WWE. The fight isn't made. They can't shout at each other from ringside. Or he's saying, you know, they can shout at each other from ringside. I'm sure they will. But if Wilder just wants to come over and cause a scene to raise his profile on the back of Anthony Joshua, Joshua's not big. If you want to make the fight great, come over and sign the contract. This is the fight of Joshua's career. If successful, we will do our interviews and he will get his family in the ring like he always does. He's not going to go head-to-head with someone else after putting his heart on the line. But it's a big opportunity for Wilder to come over to the UK. There will be a lot of eyeballs on him next week. And it's a good opportunity to build his profile. He can talk the talk, but he'll be doing his thing for Sky. He will be asked 1,000,000 times a day about Anthony Joshua. So there you have it. There's the quote. You know, I should probably shout out IFL TV. That's probably their interview that Boxing Scene is quoting up. Most likely. It's most likely their interview. So shout out to IFL TV as well. Let me know what you guys think. I know certain fans, brought up that same point when it comes to Joshua Wilder. Hey, Wilder's not signed. Nothing is signed. Guys, we're built. How do you build up a fight? Promotions. I gotta tell you. Floyd Mayweather said this a long time ago. Pay-per-view fights need to be planned 6 months ahead. We are almost in the middle of the year. You're damn right nothing's signed. But there's plenty of fucking time to negotiate. There's plenty of fucking time. And, we can't wait till fucking July, August to sign a fight for fucking November. Can't fucking do it. Not with these two guys. These two guys are not proven pay-per-view stars. I mean, Joshua is in the UK, but we're talking about that US money too. Joshua doesn't sell pay-per-views in the US. He's not a name in the US. The name in the US is the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. And I'm not saying he's a big pay-per-view star, but he carries that American fan base that is diehard, that wants to see this fight. And we can't act like it's not there. Did he sell out the Barclays? No, but he damn near sold it out. I'm quite sure he would do similar numbers against any other opponent in the Barclays. Coming off the back of a Luis Ortiz signature performance. I mean, imagine what Anthony Joshua did to Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko is a big name. It's a big name. And what he did in Wembley Stadium was historic. And he put on a signature performance. Wilder just had his version of a signature performance against Luis Ortiz in New York. On the back of that performance, I would expect him to sell out Madison Square Garden if he were to even rematch a Luis Ortiz. There's demand for a rematch. If that fight went down, to me, that's an absolute barn burner and it's a sellout. And you could even potentially put it on pay-per-view to see what it draws. But that's a whole nother thing because, the real pay-per-view money is in this fight right here. That's where you're going to get 1 million buys. You get Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder in the same ring. And I mean, shit. If you get that one stare down to go down, if Joshua wins, man, that would be just the type of moment that could skyrocket this fight. And you could really potentially gauge what kind of numbers it would do. I mean, all the networks will be tuning into this shit. Y'all gotta understand, all the networks are tuning in to Joshua Parker. And it might not be, whatever happens. It's a great fight. It's a unification. Eddie Hearn is right. This is the first time we've had two undefeated heavyweights unifying titles in the division. And the other belt holder is in the building awaiting who wins the fight so he can get his word in. There's a lot on the line, guys. There's a lot on the line. So you got to respect both positions. I think Joshua shouldn't have said what he had to say. Because it makes him look like a duck. It makes him look weak. And it's not a good look. It's not a good look. But anyways, E-King Fight News. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about Eddie Hearn's comments. He obviously agrees and will support damn near anything Joshua says. He's his promoter. He's got to back him up, just like Bob Arum backs Lomachenko, just like Golden Boy will back a Jorge Linares. That just is what it is. So hopefully, this fight gets made this year, 2018. That's the year it needs to get made. Fuck, man. You could say early 2019, but the announcement needs to be this year. It needs to be this year. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you what happens. Someone's going to take an L, and the hype surrounding this fight will be deflated. I'm telling you guys. Look at what happened with Mayweather-Pacquiao. When Mayweather was calling out Pacquiao and they couldn't get that fight done, and Pacquiao went on to face Juan Manuel Marquez and got his ass flattened out, do you think it would have done great numbers after that moment? No. Pacquiao had to build his profile, beat a Timothy Bradley, beat a Chris Algieri, get 6 knockdowns in that fight, and really build them back up, because you can't come off a knockout loss and expect to do huge numbers. It's not going to happen. They're not going to buy what you're selling. E-King fight, you know what it is, man. This fight needs to happen 2018. And if it comes down to the UK fans, they got to smoke them out too. And they got to let their voice be heard when it comes down to a Wilder fight. I mean, it's just like what happened when Eddie Hearn was trying to say, after that Takam fight, the fans were at his neck when it came down to who's Joshua fighting next. And Eddie Hearn was in a position where he had to bring up Wilder's name. And he's going to be in that same position in the aftermath if Joshua wins. So hopefully we get this, we get what we asked for. Eddie Hearn's got to deliver on this shit. E-King Fight News.